What's up, everybody? Welcome to the review of Vampyr, the action RPG available right now for Windows, Xbox One, and PS4. Should you sink your teeth into this game? Let's find out. In Vampyr, you play as a vampire newbie who has just contracted the vampire disease. This disease may be one of the worst of all STDs, and it's up to you to figure out who gave it to you and how to cure it. The game takes place in early 1900s London, where people were dying from common colds and stubbed toes, so finding the vampire cure will be no easy task. You will be running and teleporting all over the many districts of London, and while the map is a decent size, none of the districts stand out from one another. The entire map is shrouded in the typical London Gothic style loom and gloom of the day, and it can feel like a chore to travel the same cobblestone roads over and over again. It doesn't help that there is no quick travel, and since you're a vampire allergic to sunlight, the entire game takes place at night. What does stand out in Vampyr, however, is the deep conversation system within the game. And this is the core element that drives Vampyr's narrative. Each of the districts is filled with a ton of characters that you're going to have to speak with. When you first meet a character, only a couple of conversation options might be available. Speak with more and more people in the area, and they might tell you pertinent information that will unlock further options for conversations. While this is an interesting and realistic way to approach conversations in-game, it leads to a lot of running around and backtracking, making this system feel like fetch quests. Linked to the conversation system is the XP system, which is the way you'll level up your character, acquire new powers, and survive the later levels of the story. The easiest way to gain XP is to suck on some poor sap's neck and take their life. The more you know about this person and the healthier they are, the more XP you'll gain. So it is beneficial for you to find out all the info you can on poor old Tom Watts and keep him healthy before you rip his throat out. The XP gained will be used to upgrade your character with new powers and abilities that will help you survive the mean streets of London. The enemies you face will become more and more difficult through the progression of the game, and upgrading your vampire abilities is a must. Along with your vampiric abilities, you can use weapons against your foes. These could be sabers, hacksaws, daggers, and guns, all of which could be upgraded with items you find throughout London. Combat can be a mixed bag in Vampyr. Heavy weapons do hit with a satisfying thud, and edged weapons slice like a jinsu, but I couldn't help but want more out of the combat. There is no gore system in Vampyr, and in a game about blood-sucking vampires with 4-inch claws, I was expecting more heads and limbs to be flying around the screen. Combat also has little to no impact in the world, unlike the decisions you make in conversations, making combat feel second fiddle to the convos, and something that happens while searching for clues and info. The impact of your decisions spread far and wide in Vampyr, and they will change the game world. Take too many lives, and the district's health status will drop until chaos ensues. People will go missing, and more hostile enemies will roam the streets, making it harder for your travel. Once a person is dead, lost are any clues they may offer, and any XP they may provide. So choose wisely. Will you choose to be London's savior, or kill every last soul you meet? So I rate games two ways. This is a buy later and a 7 out of 10. Vampyr is a game that feels like it could have been something great if only a few things were changed, such as having a quick travel system, more variety in locales and looks, and perhaps a gore system. Long loading times can also be an issue moving between the highly detailed yet familiar environments. But this is something that might not even matter to some people. Those who love RPGs will find Vampyr to be a deep RPG with plenty of decisions to make, abilities to gain, and crafting to be had. Those going into this expecting Blade or Underworld might be disappointed. Vampyr is a Sherlock Holmes and Interview with a Vampire game wrapped into one. Nonetheless, it is a game with a few shortcomings, but sinking your teeth into this game is a must when the price drops. So remember, if you like the review, maybe subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, keep on gaming.